Hi there. Welcome to Part 6 of Business English for Global Teams, A2B2 level. I'm Nina, and if you've ever felt caught between your team's needs and your client's budget, this episode is for you. These are the words that turn tension into trust. Listen, repeat, and get ready to negotiate with confidence. Let's begin. Scene 1. Making win-win proposals. What if we extend the deadline by 1 week in exchange for a smaller scope? That could work. Let's define what we'd cut. Instead of a full redesign, could we do a light refresh for now? Yes. That keeps us on budget and still improves the user experience. Would you be open to a phased approach? Launch core features first? Absolutely. It reduces risk and lets us test early. How about we split the cost of the new tool 50/50ths? Fair. I'll check with finance and confirm by tomorrow. Could we trade design hours for development support on your next project? That's creative. I'll run it by my team. I think they'll say yes. What if we use open source software to reduce licensing fees? Great idea. I know a reliable one. I'll share the link. Instead of a fixed price, could we do time and materials with a cap? Yes, that gives us flexibility while protecting your budget. Would it help if we provided training to reduce your long-term costs? Definitely. That's a huge value add. Can we agree on a pilot first, then scale if it works? Perfect, low risk, high reward. How about we revisit the budget after the first milestone? Yes. We can adjust based on real data, not just estimates. Scene 2. Handling objections with empathy. I understand your budget is tight. What's the most important feature for you? User login. Everything else can wait. I hear that the timeline feels aggressive. What part worries you most? The testing phase. We need more time to avoid bugs. You're right. We haven't considered your team's capacity. Let's adjust the scope to match what's realistic. I see why that price feels high. Can I explain the value breakdown? Yes, please. Transparency helps. I appreciate your concern about risk. How can we reduce it together? Maybe add a weekly check-in and clear exit clauses. You're not alone. Many clients feel this way at first. Good to know. I'm glad we're talking openly. I get that this is new for your team. What support would help? Just a 1-hour onboarding session, that's all. I understand you need approval from leadership. Can I help draft the justification? Yes. That would save me so much time. You're right, we should have discussed this earlier. No worries, better late than never. I hear you, and I want to find a solution that works for both of us. That's exactly the spirit we need. Scene 3. Bargaining on price, time and scope. The quoted price is 20% over our budget. Is there room to adjust? We can reduce it by 10% if we remove the custom reporting feature. Could we get a discount for a longer contract? Yes. 15% off for a 12-month commitment. Is the deadline flexible, or is it set in stone? It's firm for the launch event, but we can shift internal milestones. What's the minimum scope you'd accept to meet the core goal? Just user registration and payment. Everything else is nice to have. Can we pay in installments instead of upfront? Yes, 50% now, 50% after delivery. Would you consider a smaller team for a lower rate? Only if the timeline extends. Quality can't be compromised. Is there a way to reduce costs without cutting quality? Yes, use our template library instead of custom design. Can we get a free month if we refer another client? I can offer a 10% referral bonus. How does that sound? What's your best offer if we sign by Friday? I'll waive the setup fee. That's $500 savings. Is this price negotiable? Or is it final? It's flexible. Tell me your target, and we'll see what's possible. Scene 4. Cultural differences in negotiations. In Germany, we're very direct. Is that okay in negotiations? Yes, but soften it with have you considered? To keep it collaborative. In Japan, we avoid saying no directly. How should I respond? Say that might be challenging. Or, let's explore alternatives. In the US, people say, let's make a deal. Is that too pushy? It's energetic. Just follow with what works for you. In Sweden, we seek consensus. How do I push back gently? Say, I see it differently. Can we find middle ground? Is it rude to ask for a discount in India? Not at all. Bargaining is expected, but be respectful. Should I build rapport before negotiating in Brazil? Yes. Spend 10 minutes on small talk. Trust comes first. In the Netherlands, we're blunt. Is that okay? Yes, but add, I respect your position to show empathy. How do I know if a maybe means no in Asia? If they say we'll think about it twice, it's likely no. Is it okay to walk away from a deal in the US? Yes, but say I'll circle back if things change. Leaves the door open. What's the best way to say no in a global team? I can't commit to that, but here's what I can do. Scene 5. Saying no without damaging relationships. I can't meet that deadline without sacrificing quality. Understood. What's a realistic timeline? That's outside my budget, but I can offer X instead. X works. Thank you for being flexible. I'm not authorized to approve that discount, but I can escalate it. Thanks. I appreciate you trying. I won't be able to join the call at 3 a.m. my time. Totally fair. Let's find a time that works for both. I can't take on more work this quarter. My plate is full. Respect. Can we revisit in Q4? That feature isn't in scope, but I can add it as a phase 2. Perfect. That's a great compromise. I don't agree with that approach, but I'm open to your reasoning. Let me explain why I think it's risky. I can't share that data due to privacy policies. No problem. Is there a redacted version you can share? I won't commit to a number I can't deliver. Honesty like that builds trust. Thank you. I'm saying no to this, but yes to future collaboration. That's all I ask. Thanks for the clarity. Scene 6. Closing deals with clarity. To confirm, we'll deliver by June 30th for $10,000, with 2 rounds of revisions. Yes, I'll send the contract today. Let's summarize the agreement. Scope, timeline, price, and next steps. Perfect. I'll document it and share for sign-off. Does this work for everyone? If so, I'll move to contract. Yes, we're aligned. I'll follow up with an email summarizing what we agreed. Please do, it helps my team stay on track. Can we get this signed by end of day so we can start Monday? Yes. I'll have legal review it this afternoon. Is there anything else we need to clarify before we close? Just one thing. Who owns the final deliverables? I'm excited to move forward. This feels like a strong partnership. Me too. Let's make it great. Let's shake on it. Then I'll send the paperwork. Deal. Looking forward to working together. I'll add this to the project board with clear action items. Great. Tag me so I get notified. Thanks for your flexibility. This was a productive conversation. Thank you. Win-win is the only way. Scene 7. Negotiating salaries and promotions. I'm seeking a salary of $85,000 based on my experience and market rates. That's in range. Can you share your research? I've taken on 30% more responsibility. Is a raise possible? Yes, let's discuss what a fair adjustment looks like. What's the budget for this role? It's $75,000 to $85,000, depending on experience. I have an offer from another company. Can we match it? I'd like to retain you. Let's see what we can do. Is there room for a signing bonus if I start next week? Possibly, what amount were you thinking? Can we revisit my compensation after the probation period? Yes, we'll review at 90 days based on performance. I'm looking for growth, not just a number. What's the career path? Great question. Let's map out your 12-month plan. Would you consider equity or bonuses instead of base salary? Yes, we offer a mix. Let's tailor it to your goals. I'm passionate about this role, but the offer is below my needs. I understand what would make it work for you. I'd like to negotiate remote work as part of the package. Absolutely, we're flexible on location. Scene 8. Building trust for future negotiations. I appreciate your honesty. It makes negotiating easier. Same here. Transparency is everything. Let's keep the door open for future collaboration. Definitely. I'll reach out when we have new projects. Thanks for listening to my constraints. It means a lot. Of course. We're partners, not opponents. I'm glad we found a solution that works for both sides. Me too, win-win feels good. Can we schedule a check-in after the first milestone? Yes. Let's assess and adjust if needed. I'll honor my part of the agreement. I trust you will too. You have my word. This sets a great precedent for how we'll work together. Exactly. Trust is built in moments like this. I'm committed to making this partnership successful. So am I. Let's communicate openly. Thanks for your flexibility. I won't take it for granted. You're welcome. I know you'll deliver great work. Let's celebrate this deal. Then get to work. Deal. Coffee's on me. Well done. You just practiced 80 real English phrases for negotiations that are fair, respectful, and effective. Whether you're discussing budgets with Google in California, timelines with SAP in Germany, scope with Spotify in Sweden, or contracts with a startup in Toronto. This is Part 6 of Business English for Global Teams, A2 B2 level. In Part 7, we'll master remote work challenges, time zones, isolation, and boundaries, so you can thrive in a distributed world. If you found this helpful, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for learning with me.